Good morning, students. I am Suraj Kumar, your geography teacher, and we are reading about population distribution, density, growth, and composition. Chapter 1 of your Part B book, India, People, and Economy. So, in this chapter, we already studied about the distribution of population in respect to India. Then, this map is there, which tells about the distribution of population throughout India. One dot is representing in this map by 20,000 persons. Then we had read about the density of population. This is all about density of population. And in this part we had seen that different part of India is divided into different regions with different densities. North Indian states, eastern states, and the Kerala and Tamil Nadu are having a density on the higher sides. Then we had seen about the growth of population. Yesterday we are in the last class. Yesterday we are reading about this topic itself, and under this we have read about the density growth of population and growth rate. So I already told you that there is a difference between growth of population. Growth of population is in terms of absolute number, whereas growth rate is in terms of percentage. Here we had read about the population doubling time, the last topic of yesterday. That is the time taken by population to double itself as its current annual rate. So that was the population doubling. So let's see, this is showing the growth rate in India during the time interval of 1901 to 2011. Here we can see that what was the total population of India during the census of 1901, 1911, 1921, and so on till 2011 census. Okay, and then we had seen here growth rate in terms of absolute number and then growth rate in terms of percentage. Here we can see it that during the time interval of 1911 to 1921 census, there was a negative growth rate in terms of absolute number as well as in terms of percentage of growth as well. There is a formula also here as described in this table itself. Decadal growth rate G equal to P2 minus P1 divided by P1 into 100, where P1 is the population of the base year, P2 is the population of the present year. So it can be taken from this that within a time period of one consecutive census, we can take any year as a base year, which can be represented by P1, and P2 is all about the current year, so population of the present year. So when we need to calculate the decadal growth rate, we just subtracted the base year population from the current year or present year population, and that will be divided by the present year population into 100, and that this formula will give us the decadal growth rate. This is all about the growth rate in percentage terms. So you can see it here that above 25% of the growth rate is shown by few of the northeastern states, Bihar, and few patches of the India, mainly the northeastern, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, and Bihar. Then 20 to 21 20 to 25% of the growth rate is shown by all the northern and middle states of India, including Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Here mainly J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh is the major part of the area which depicts the growth rate between the 20 to 25%. Rest, the western part or some of the southern states is having a growth rate of 15 to 20%. And here the surprise package is Goa, Kerala and the Nagaland. These three states is depicting a growth rate less than 10%. So this is all about the growth rate in terms of percentage. So here we can look at that at the end of the last class we had seen that there are four distinct phases of growth identified in India, and those four phases of growth rate are phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4 that we are going to start afresh. So let's see from the first phase itself. In the first phase, it was a time period of 1901 to 1921. It is referred to a phase as a period of stagnant or stationary phase of growth of India's population. At that time, the growth rate was very slow. Why it is so? It is mainly because at that time the crude birth rate and crude death rate are on the higher side. There was no such medical facilities, no such health facilities. There is inefficient distribution system of food and other basic necessities, and that's why there was largely a high birth and death rate in this period. And overall, if we look into the growth rate, which is birth rate minus death rate, that is more and large stagnant or stationary. As the birth rate is on the higher side as well as death rate, both are on the higher side, so the difference between the birth rate and death rate during this period will be very stagnant type or stationary type. There is no such a big margin change in this phase of population growth. Now let's see the second phase. This is during the time period of 1921 to 1951. So here this period is referred to as a period of steady population growth. Means in this period there was a steady population growth, slowly, but there is increasing trend in growth. And the reason for this was the reason for steadily increasing population growth was the improvement in health and sanitation throughout the country. The reason is here the improvement in health and sanitation facility throughout the country, which will brought down the mortality rate, means death rate will decreases, and that's why the overall crude birth rate was on the higher side as same as the first phase. But in second phase the overall change is in about the mortality rate or the death rate. So that's why there was an increase in growth, and that too is steadily, not at abrupt change. Means not within a short period of time there is much increase in growth rate, but there is a steady population growth in this time. Main reason was the same, improvement in health and sanitation, and besides that there was a development of better transport and communication system, which will improve our distribution system of food and other necessary items. So, and this time period also see the two major world event, that is Great Economic Depression as well as World War II. So that's why even this steady population growth during this period or phase is also very impressive in terms of these two worldwide events in the backdrop of Great Economic Depression and World War II. Now let's comes to third phase. Third phase of growth rate starts from 1951 to 1981 and it is referred to as a period of population explosion in India. In this period, there was a rapid expansion in population throughout the India. ठीक है, छोटे से 3 डिकेड्स के टाइम में बहुत ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज हुआ था. ठीक है, एंड द मेन काउज फॉर दिस टू हैपन मीन्स ये छोटे टाइम में बहुत ज़्यादा जो पॉपुलेशन एक्सप्लोजन हुआ, इसका मेन काउज क्या था? पहला मेन काउज था रैपिड फॉल इन मोर्टेलिटी रेट, बट एट द सेम टाइम देयर वाज अ हाई फर्टिलिटी रेट ऑफ पॉपुलेशन इन द कंट्री एट दैट टाइम. मोर्टेलिटी रेट मतलब डेथ रेट और मोर्टेलिटी रेट डिक्रीज हो गया बहुत ज़्यादा. क्यों? क्योंकि बेटर मेडिकल फैसिलिटी और डेवलपमेंट हो गया और एट द सेम टाइम बर्थ रेट और फर्टिलिटी रेट हायर साइड पे था. क्यों? और बेटर ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम कम्युनिकेशन चैनल्स डेवलप हो गया जिसके थ्रू हम लोग ईजिली अपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम को एम्पल लेवल पे ले जाके इम्प्रूव कर चुके थे. तो ईजिली हम लोग अपने सारे नेसेसरी के आइटम्स को लोगों तक पहुंचा रहे थे. साथ ही साथ एक और बड़ा इवेंट क्या हुआ था कि फर्स्ट टाइम आफ्टर द इंडिपेंडेंस द डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी वेयर इंट्रोड्यूस्ड थ्रू अ सेंट्रलाइज्ड प्लानिंग प्रोसेस एंड इकोनॉमी स्टार्टेड शोइंग अप इंश्योरिंग द इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ लिविंग कंडीशन ऑफ पीपल एट दिस टाइम. व्हाट इट मीन? इट मीन्स दैट इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद पहली बार डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था इंडिया की इकोनॉमी में और वो भी सेंट्रल प्लानिंग कमीशन के थ्रू. देयर वाज अ प्लानिंग कमीशन विच वाज सेट अप ड्यूरिंग द 1951 इटसेल्फ, बट उसका रियल टाइम जो है इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट के सेंस में डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी जो है वो 1951 में प्लानिंग कमीशन आने के बाद स्टार्ट हुआ. 51 में जैसे ही प्लानिंग कमीशन आया तो उसके बाद डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी 51 से लेकर नेक्स्ट 3 डिकेड तक चला. जैसे जैसे डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी होता चला गया प्लानिंग कमीशन के अंडर में सेंट्रलाइज प्लानिंग के थ्रू लोगों के पास रिसोर्स ज़्यादा आते चला गया. पीपल्स हैव मोर रिसोर्सेज, मोर फूड, सो दैट्स वाई द फर्टिलिटी रेट एंड बर्थ रेट increases. Why? Because people have more resources or more production to sustain even the increasing number of people or increasing population. So when there was a more resources, more food, more production to sustain even a increased number of people, so fertility rate increases because of these reasons. At the same time, because of advancement in medical and sanitation facility, the death rate decreases. So this 3 decade 1951 to 81 had seen a rapid expansion or explosion of population. ठीक है, इसके साथ एक और चीज हुआ था. with the increase of development activity under the centralized planning under the planning commission of India, there was an increase in migration from the international neighboring countries like the countries of Tibet, Bangladesh, Nepal and even from Pakistan. So यहाँ पे जब डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी बढ़ गया और वो भी सेंट्रलाइज प्लानिंग के थ्रू अंडर द प्लानिंग कमीशन, तो इन सर्च ऑफ बेटर लिविंग कंडीशन, लाइफ फैसिलिटी, बेटर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट के चक्कर में पड़ोसी देश से भी लोग बहुत ज़्यादा इनफिल्ट्रेशन हुआ इंडिया में. सो दीज ऑल इन concludes in population explosion during this phase 3 of population change or population increase or population growth. Now the last phase 4, it was post 1981 till present. this period is also having a higher growth rate, but as compared to the last phase, there was a slight decline. Altogether, it's okay that altogether there remains a high growth rate, but there was showing a down gradually. People started some sort of trend of downward trend of population growth. Okay, so why it happens? Crude birth rate is held responsible for such a population growth. Why? People become more aware. People started to know about the benefits of family planning. This all in turn affected by an increase in mean age of marriages. There was some sort of awareness campaign by the government and some steps taken by the knowledgeable or the aware citizen of India that will result in the maximization of mean age of the marriages. The average mean age become like 28 years for males and 24-25 years for females. There was also improved quality of life, particularly education of females also increases, and because of all these reasons people got aware and overall crude birth rate decreases. So here in the earlier phases you had seen that with time passes or with the advancement of different phases there was a decline in death rate, but here for the first time in the phase 4 people get aware and they will impose a self decline in crude birth rate. फर्टिलिटी फर्स्ट टाइम लोगों ने फैमिली प्लानिंग के अंडर में आके डिक्रीज किया. उसके लिए बहुत सारे रीजंस थे. रीजंस ये था कि मीन एज लोगों का मैरिज का मीन एज जो है लोगों के का मीन एज बढ़ गया. दैट इज अराउंड 28 ईयर्स फॉर मेल. फीमेल्स के लिए वो अराउंड 25 ईयर्स हो गया. उसके साथ साथ लोगों का क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इंक्रीज हुआ. एजुकेशन ऑफ फीमेल्स ऑल्सो प्लेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन दीज थिंग्स. ओके, so these were all about the phase 4 which started with 1981 and is covers till present. The growth rate of population is however still high in the country. It is not seen a negative trend. There was still high, but as compared to phase 3 this shows a slight decline in terms of overall growth rate. Okay, it has been projected by World Development Report that with the same pace, if India will continue to increase its population growth, then by the time of 2025, we will touch a population mark of 1.35 millions by 2025. I want to clarify you guys that already in 2020 itself, we already crossed this mark. Our today's time India's population is 1.38 million. 138 करोड़ हमारा पॉपुलेशन ऑलरेडी 2020 में ही हो चुका है. जो ये स्टैंडर्ड जो ये वर्ल्ड डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट ने दे रखा था दैट वी ऑलरेडी सरपास्ड एंड विद इन जस्ट 4 or 5 years or by 2025 it was now it was the new prediction that we will cross the China's population itself. So analysis done so far shows the average growth rate. All these things is all about the average growth rate, but on the country level at the different time or the different area wise there was lots of variation which we are discussing in the next topic under the regional variation in the population growth. Let's see it. What are the regional variation in the population growth? The growth rate of population during the 1991 to 2001 in South Indian state and union territories shows very obvious patterns like the state of Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Puducherry, Goa shows a low rate of growth not exceeding 20% of over the last decade. Means these states Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Pondicherry, Goa shows less than 20% of the overall growth rate as compared to last decade. Kerala registered the lowest growth rate of 9.4%, and this is the lowest in the country itself. Means Kerala shown the most rapid decline in the growth rate as compared to all the bigger and smaller states or UTs of the India. The continuous belt of states from west to east, if you look throughout the India, on the western side there was a slight lower growth rate as compared to eastern region of India, and there was a trend or continuous belt which shows a definite trend or pattern, that is west to east. In the northwest, north and north central part of the country has relatively high growth rate than the southern state. Means compared to southern state, in the northeastern part or the northern part or north central part of the country, there was a trend of decline in growth rate from west to east, and it can be shown through the map also in a little while. Just wait for it. It is in this belt comprising like states of Gujarat. Gujarat is having a lowest having a lower side of growth rate as compared to its eastern side states like in Maharashtra or some sort of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim, Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand will come under these sort of states, which is having a growth rate on an average around 20 to 25%, which is slightly higher as comparison to the southern state, which will having a growth rate lesser than 20%. So it must be clear that साउदर्न स्टेट का अभी जो रिसेंट टाइम है उसमें साउदर्न स्टेट्स का ग्रोथ रेट सबसे कम है, जो कि 20% से भी कम है, और साउदर्न स्टेट्स में भी जो मिनिमम ग्रोथ रेट पाया जा रहा है वो जो इस डिकेड में है वो केरला का है. केरला इज हैविंग अ ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ 9.4%. और एक ट्रेंड है कि वेस्टर्न साइड से ईस्टर्न साइड में जब हम स्टेट वाइज मूव करते हैं, स्पेशली इन द नॉर्दर्न इंडिया और नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न इंडिया और नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द इंडिया, इज शोइंग दैट कि वेस्टर्न साइड ऑफ नॉर्थ इंडिया में, नॉर्थ इंडिया के वेस्टर्न साइड में ग्रोथ रेट कंपेरेटिवली लोअर है एज कम्पेयर टू ईस्टर्न साइड. मीन्स नॉर्थ इंडिया के ईस्टर्न साइड अगर हम मूव करेंगे नॉर्थ इंडिया में ईस्टर्न साइड लाइक बिहार झारखंड की तरफ, बिहार बंगाल की तरफ, तो ग्रोथ रेट मोर देन 20% है. और अगर हम नॉर्थ इंडिया के वेस्टर्न साइड में मूव करेंगे दैन इट विल बी लोअर ऑन द लोअर साइड देन कंपेयर टू नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द इंडिया. सो लेट्स सी इट क्या दिखा रहा है यहाँ. Now in the next decade, it is all about the trend which is shown under the 1991 to 2001 census. Means whatever I had told about or said about is all about the 1991 से 2001 census के बीच के डेटा है. But there was a slight change during the census of 2001 to 2011. There is a lot of changes. Let's see it. What are the major changes during this decade in terms of growth rate? The growth rate of almost all states and union territories have registered a lower figure compared to previous decade. Means as compared to 1991 to 2001 census, there was a slightly declining trend in growth rate in 2001 to 2011 census. Means in the recent census there was a trend of declining growth rate as compared to earlier census. The percentage growth rate the percentage decadal growth rate of six most populous states, namely UP, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh have been fallen. Means if we consider the top three growing states of the previous census, this time all these top six states having a comparatively higher growth rate shows a slightly downturn or the slightly decrease in the growth rate in 2011 census. These all states have all fallen during 2001 to 2011 compared to 1991 to 2001. The fall being the lowest for Andhra Pradesh, means this decline in the growth rate will be lowest for Andhra Pradesh, means as compared to 1991 2001 census, this time there was a fall of 3.5% percentage point in Andhra Pradesh in the recent census. And highest for Maharashtra, मीन्स महाराष्ट्र में सबसे ज़्यादा डिक्लाइन हुआ है ग्रोथ रेट में 2001 सेंसस के कंपेयर में इन 2011 सेंसस में, मतलब 11 सेंसस में 6.7 परसेंटेज पॉइंट तक ग्रोथ रेट डिक्रीज हुआ है महाराष्ट्र का एज कंपेयर टू 2001 सेंसस. ठीक है, तो सबसे ज़्यादा जो डिक्लाइन हुआ है ग्रोथ रेट में वो महाराष्ट्र में हुआ है और सबसे कम आंध्र प्रदेश में. तमिलनाडु का 3.9 परसेंटेज पॉइंट से ग्रोथ रेट डिक्रीज हुआ है. पौंडीचेरी एग्जिबिट्स द डिक्लाइन ऑफ 7.1 परसेंटेज पॉइंट and have registered some increase during 2001-2011 over the previous decades. So let's see here what is showing. With the help of the given data in appendix 1 or 1A of your textbook, compare the growth rate of population of different states and UTs between 1991 to 2001 and 2001 to 2011. मतलब कि आपको इसमें कंपेयर करना ये दोनों अपेंडिक्स को देख के 2001 से 2011 का जो ग्रोथ रेट है उसको कंपेयर करना है 1991 से 2001 के ग्रोथ रेट से इंडिया के सारे स्टेट्स में, और आपको ट्रेंड बताना है कि किस स्टेट्स में इंक्रीज हुआ है रिसेंट सेंसस में और किस स्टेट्स में पहले वाले से डिक्लाइन हुआ है ग्रोथ रेट. तो ये चीज़ को आप वहाँ से वॉच करना है, वॉच करके एक ट्रेंड को आपको मेंशन करना है. ठीक है, तो this thing I am taking as an assignment. You need to look into these appendix and accordingly act and make a mind map for these two census data in terms of growth rate. Take the population growth data of the district and selected district of your respective states. You did not need to do it. Just do the above activity first. The important aspects of population growth in India is the growth of its adolescent. Adolescent is all about the age group of 10 to 19 years, and the main issue with the adolescent is that these are the child which comes under the age group of 10 to 19 years, and these are the future of India. Okay, so at present the share of adolescent in India, that is the age group of 10 to 19 years, is 20.9. That means approximately 21% of the India's population will comes under the adolescent age group, that is 10 to 19 years, according to 2011 census. And in among those 21% of the India's population, India's adolescent population, 52.7 means more than females, there are males. 52.7% are males and there is 47.3% females only. Means out of those 21% of the adolescent population in India according to 2011 census, 52.7% of that 21% will be male, and the rest 47.3% of that 21% of the India's total population is only females. Adolescent population having higher potential, but at the same time, because these people are young people, these are the future of India, so that's why they had been regarded as a very youthful population and regarded as a very high potential people, but at the same time they are quite vulnerable if not guided and channelized properly. If they had not have a proper guidelines or proper education or proper channelization, they may lost his way and move towards the wrong स्टेप्स और रॉन्ग वे, वो गलत रास्ते पे चले जाएंगे. ठीक है, ठीक है, बहुत अच्छी बात है कि हमारा 21% एडोलेसेंट ग्रुप में आता है और वो हमारा फ्यूचर है. अगर उसको प्रॉपरली हम चैनलाइज और गाइड करें तो हमारे इंडिया के फ्यूचर के लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा. बट एट द सेम टाइम वो बहुत ज़्यादा वनरेबल है. अगर उसको प्रॉपरली एजुकेशन ना मिले, बहुत सही तरीके से उनका करियर ग्राफ या करियर पाथ ना मिले, देन दैट विल बिकम a negative, that will give a very negative impact on India's future economy and population. So उनको चैनलाइज करना, उनको गाइड करना, सब कुछ बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, तो सोसाइटी का देयर आर मेनी चैलेंजेस फॉर आवर सोसाइटी टू गाइड दीज एडोलेसेंट पीपल एंड टू लुक इनटू द कंसर्न ऑफ दीज एडोलेसेंट स्टूडेंट्स और चाइल्ड्स. Some of the important responsibility or challenges of the society are the lower age of marriages. Means this is the drawbacks of the society, that for young people society is forcing them to marriage at a very lower age. So age of average mean age of the marriages should be on the comparatively higher side as compared to earlier mean averages of marriages. Okay, a proper literacy, particularly the female literacy, should be provided to these adolescent peoples or students. School dropouts should be checked. Malnutrition issues, especially in females, to be looked after. And with all these high rate of mortality, especially the maternal mortality of adolescent mothers, different type of issues like diseases like HIV and AIDS infection. So education about these things, physical and mental disabilities or retardedness, that means to have a better counseling towards the career and how they can adapt to the growth of the country and economy. So proper guidelines, proper knowledge, proper education, proper literacy, this will also help in reducing the drug abuses among the adolescent younger childs, or checking out alcoholism in these people. Juvenile delinquency. Delinquency is all about habitual criminals. Means few of these adolescent people have gained some kind of habits of doing some sort of wrong deeds or crimes. So society need to check juvenile delinquency and committance of crime, etc. These are the responsibility of society, and we need to look into these things as a society whole. We'll look into this topic ahead in the next class. I think time is already running out. So see you. We will start from a fresh into this topic in the next class. See you. Bye bye.